Technocracy has found that the conversion of extraneous energy into work is directly related to the rate of social change. What this really means is that people are being replaced with extraneous energy. Production increases as more extraneous energy is applied to the productive process. Man-hours per unit of whatever it is that's being produced declines, making the product cheaper. As the cost of the product declines, more man-hours are needed, even though the per unit amount declines until demand begins to level off, at which point the total man-hours begin to decline. Production becomes increasingly automated and fewer people are needed. In agriculture, in 1850, 60% of U.S. employment was 60% of U.S. employment. Today, it's actually under about 2%. The automotive industry is typical of most U.S. manufacturing industries. In 1993, GM announced the intention to eliminate 90,000 jobs, 1/3 of all of GM's jobs. During the decade, coming on top of the elimination of 250,000 jobs since 1978. In the service industries, the telephone industry eliminated 179,000, almost 180,000 jobs between 1981 and 1988. In the book, The End of Work by Rifkin, in 1949, only 6% of the cotton crop was harvested mechanically. By 1964, it was 78%. 8 years later, 100% of the cotton was picked by machine. This generated a huge wave of poor people leaving the South for any place with jobs. The insurance industry overall employed about 2.3 million people in 2008. The health insurance industry in particular does not provide health care. Hospitals, doctors, and nurses provide that. The function of insurance is to spread risk among a large group of people. Often, people who believe they are covered find that when it is needed, they are not. So the industry creates more risk than existed in the first place. The only service the industry provides is collecting money and employing people. Rather than being a service industry, it is more like an anti-service industry. The U.S. spends nearly as much on defense as the rest of the world put together. It maintains no fewer than 720 bases in other countries. It also has 11 aircraft carrier groups. Each carrier group is a fleet all by itself. The closest nation to the U.S. in carrier groups is England with 2. Is the U.S. defending itself, or is it defending its price system?